All right, now I will be talking about the FBI clearances. So this clearance will say Federal Bureau Investigation at the top of the page. It will also have your name and the date that it cleared. This clearance is one page, and this clearance does look similar in most states, so that's good news. Some state clearances, you will have to read the top page of the clearance. You should see something along the lines of FBI clearance. So let's see, I'm going to show a few examples of that. And like I did with child abuse, I'm going to show examples from North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. Once again, if I did not call out your states, one of your states, please keep following along as you can look out for context clues, and it may look similar to yours, and it'll help you be able to read your FBI clearance. Okay, so here's North Carolina FBI. Okay, so there's an overview of what North Carolina FBI will look like. Like I said before, it will say U.S. Department of Justice Federal Bureau Investigation. It will say it again right here. For the following fingerprint submission. Okay, the subject name is here, search completed result. So this is your clearance date. So that's what I will be looking at, is this date right here in the middle of the page of what your date is. This and then what else? The other thing that I have highlighted is this individual has revealed no prior arrest data at the FBI. So, for this FBI clearance, you get your fingerprints done. Something I also want to say is I do not need your actual copies of your fingerprints. I'm pretty sure at some point you'll get those, which is fine, but I don't need that. What I need is just this one page talking about your fingerprints. So that's one of the things that I look for as a keyword is fingerprint, FBI, no prior arrest data at the FBI. So those are the keywords that I'm looking for as far as FBI goes. I'll show you Tennessee. It looks actually a little similar to the child abuse, so that is helpful as well. Okay, so as you can see here, this one says Department of Children's Services as well, which is what your child abuse said. So that's why I say look for multiple keywords, not just what the top reads. I would just keep reading, trying to look for keywords of what you're looking for. So then here this says from, really close, fingerprint unit, the person who signed it. You'll see the date, September 30th, 2019. That is the completion date that I'm looking for. I know it just says date on it, but specifically for Tennessee, it won't say submitted on or approved on or, something before the word date. But for Tennessee, this is what I'm looking for. It's right here. Let's see here. And then it'll also have your family's information here, or just your information in your date of birth. It will say that applicant's fingerprints were submitted to the FBI's Criminal Justice Information Services Division for a criminal history background check. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. The applicant's fingerprints were submitted to FBI. So that's what I just read right here. And then, as you see below, I also highlighted the applicant meets criteria for approval with no history of any conviction. Make sure you are cleared. And then this clearance is only referenced to the fingerprint verification portion of the required background investigation. So there's a clue that I know this is also the background check. So multiple clues in here that help me know that this is a fingerprint fingerprint clearance. Okay, so there's Tennessee. All right, here's an example of the Pennsylvania FBI clearance. Okay. Here's the overview of what that looks like. Circled up here, sometimes they'll say it in the, at the very top, it'll say FBI clearance. But more so, I also look here. It'll say your FBI fingerprint-based record check has been processed in accordance with. And then it'll also say at the very last sentence right here, the following is the result of your federal criminal background history check as of with the date. Okay. I know this is backward, guys, but you kind of get the idea of where I'm looking for context clues. Federal background check as of this date. Say at the very end, no record exists. The person's signature is down here. So there is Pennsylvania FBI. Okay, here is Florida's. Florida looks a little more confusing. This is what this one will look like. You'll see here, this is like all the family's information is up here. It'll say Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Let's see. You'll see, so like here's the tracking, and then you'll see like when it was sent. So that means that's the date that I'll look at. Applicant information as submitted in transaction. And then here is also where I can see where it was submitted. National/FBI criminal history record response. Listed below, there was no national FBI criminal history record identified. So look at that more. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for Florida. Okay, and the last one I'm going to go over for FBI is Illinois. Here's an overview of what Illinois looks like. You'll see here at the very top, FBI response. So plain and simple, that's how you know. It's FBI. Below, it says the following is in response to your submission, which was sent to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. There you go. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Here is your information. FBI response again. And it will show right here, I circled the date. That's where you know the date was cleared. Search of the fingerprints on the above individual has revealed no prior arrest. This date. So kind of let you zoom in a little more of what that will look like. That's how you can identify the clearance date and that this is fingerprint. All right, I am going to go over more clearances. As always, if you have any questions about these or want to send them to me and just want more clarity, be a little more educated on your clearances, please let me know and I'll help you with those.